Oh, I'm on. What's up, guys? That's hilarious. Wow. Okay, I set a new record. Did not know. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, right on. Well, I tried a new method with the live, and it just put me on. So that's fun. Oh, I'm on. And now I'm echoing. Up, guys? Hold on a second. That's what hilarious. I get. This is what I get for trying new things. Anyways. Okay, it's all better now. I was just trying to share this on Twitter, so give me 1 second. Yes, see? This is how professional I am, guys. Isn't it awesome? Hold on 1 second here. Let me share this to get it out there for anybody who's missing it. I can't believe I did that. That's awesome. Oh, man. Oh, it's been a long day. Can you tell? Can you tell? How are you guys doing? I'll be right. I just posting this up here. This is the most awesome beginning we've ever had, huh? I know you guys are digging it. See, now you get to see all the work I do when you know I'm waiting to get on, and so this is good times. All right, hey, I can actually talk to you now. I type fast like a hacker. I do type very fast. I can do like gosh, what was my last speed? I think I could do 145 a minute. So anyways, Vince is first tonight. Troy, man, Danielle, oh, Darren Collins, AC, Blue 5, Pat Shigoya, Kathy, what's up? I can't believe I was on that long. I'm still getting over that. Wow. Kathy, it looks like you lost your membership. You might have gotten it as a gift. And if you got it as a gift, just, just sign up against $3. By the way, guys, there's a lot of you who got gifted memberships on July 4th. That was the day that people got so generous with me and donated about 100 memberships. So if you want to retain those, just letting you know, be sure to sign up on your own for the $3 a month, and that way you can keep your membership going if you like it. And obviously you don't have to if you don't. Anyways, is it all going to crash and burn? We're going to talk about that. It's pretty crazy. Hopefully I don't tube it on here. Oh my God, John, that's funny. No Jeffrey Tubin here. Oh man, I am not doing that setting I just did again. That is, I had no idea it was going to launch me right into it. That's so funny. Anyways, I wasn't pick my nose or anything. You like that better than Countdown? Just see me on. Oh man, well you can go watch it, Ficus. If you missed the beginning, you could just watch me sitting there typing and figuring out all my stuff. But oh my God, sorry, that shook me up. I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? Oh yeah, so the stock market was red today. No, honestly, yeah, we're going to talk today about the stock market because it is wild. We've had 3 crazy red days out of the last 5. The Dow is just tanking fast, the NASDAQ even more so, S&P down a full percentage today, and it's getting pretty crazy. The Mag 7 has just been getting crushed, and meanwhile there's Kamala's VP stuff going on. Biden did his speech tonight, so we got plenty to talk about tonight, guys. We got plenty to go over. So Sideshow, you saw my notification on X, but still nothing from the tube. Oh man, that's a bummer. Yeah, I don't know. They're definitely not pushing me out on YouTube lately, and it sucks, but it is what it is. And I think I get one of the reasons. I think YouTube's trying to figure out what to do with my channel. I've been doing a lot more news coverage lately instead of just stock market stuff. So yeah, is it really Biden? Oh man, we're gonna have to talk about that. But first, let's start with the markets, because what a freaking bloody day. See, this is the kind of stuff I didn't get ready. There we are. That's why I was trying to get ready while you guys were staring at me typing away. But I mean, look at this today. This is wild. Dow 500 points down. That's after last week when it had another awful day very similarly. 1.25% down. S&P down 2.5%. I was wrong. I thought it was 1%. It's 2.5%. And NASDAQ down almost 4% today. Meanwhile, we got the VIX over here going up by 3 points up to 18, which is the highest I've seen it in a while. So the market seems to be going back to fear. Now, the question is, what does this mean? Like, is it a crash yet? I've been getting a lot of people asking me, like, is this a crash? Is it starting? And the question, I mean, honestly, the answer is not yet. This is just, we have to be careful about that. I wouldn't want anybody making decisions like bailing out of everything because they're afraid this is the beginning of the crash. I mean, look at the futures; they're green. The real like obvious answer is that this is probably just a small correction, and they're going to turn this around. They're going to pump it up again. To me, it's still the rate cut is our signal, not necessarily the crash to start right away, but that things are going to start changing from these all-time highs. But the other thing is like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we just start seeing, 3 to 4 really bloody days a week for a few, and before we know it, Dow's down to 35,000, S&P's back to like 4,500. Who knows? It could get really interesting fast. So what I would say is this volatility is, have some ideas of what you want to do with your stocks. Have some price points to where you can, get profits out, all that. And then if you're in these short squeeze stocks, then be ready, have plans, because things could break quick. Because when they do break, nobody ever expects a crash. So when it does break, it breaks quick. But I don't think we're there yet, but who knows? It's getting crazy. No one's jumping out of buildings yet, says Blue 5. Exactly. That's very true. Susan from William to Ace of the Place. William still on? Ray, and you pull out stocks just in time. Have your position on finger, though. Can't do anything on GTI. That's the truth. Will there be an indication you could buy GTI again? That's a great question, Vin. The answer, as far as I know, is that GTI will probably get an announcement of an uplisting back to, the pink sheets or the OTC markets. But they're going to have to file some paperwork first, and I imagine that'll be public when they do that. So that all has to be done. They have to get back into compliance. And so it might be a while, unfortunately. And look what these crooks are doing, man. I mean, the other day they crushed GTI to like 0.0026, and now it's back up to 8. I mean, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. This is what? So that would be 4 times to 1 times 8. So that's 30 times. I mean, God, most people could have made back their money just buying in at that 0.0026, and then riding it back up to here. That's how crooked this is. It's disgusting. And it's only 55,000 traded, and it's just going up, and they're only people who can get on the expert markets can trade it right now. And you can tell they're using it to their advantage. But August 7th is when hold on, I gotta look at this. I got a message today about it. Hearing for receivership of GTI is August 7th. So that 2.5 weeks away, 2 weeks away. So hopefully we start getting some good news there, and Knot starts moving on that. What's up, Dubois? How you feeling today? Bank of Canada dropped interest rates today. Yep. And then Japan might be raising rates soon. It's getting interesting. I mean, if this continues, by the way, if this stays super bloody through next week, then I say we might see a rate cut in July. And that would be really crazy ahead of schedule. So that would mean they're panicking. And you could almost guarantee that's going to lead to a crash after a couple weeks. If a rate cut comes, it'll be an initial bump and then boom, in my opinion. Fandango's CEO jumped off a building last week. What? I didn't hear that, Daniel. That's crazy. XRP's doing something interesting. Is it? I haven't been watching crypto. China has a new movie coming out, The Downfall of the United States. Are you serious? That's crazy. I'll have to go look that up. What's up, Robert? How you doing? John Cox, MOAS tomorrow for GTI at this rate. 0.0002 to 8 cents in a few. I know. Isn't it crazy? All when we can't be there. Paulion, what's up? Guys from Trade Genius YouTube channel said the same thing I did about the markets and rates. Are you serious? I've never watched Trade Genius. I got to go check those guys out. It sounds good. Let's talk about the Eagles. What do you want to talk about? That Jalen Hurts is overrated and Sirianni's not a good coach? I mean, we'll talk. I've got to give Eagles fans crap. Pedro's always giving me crap about the Eagles. What's up? You tagged me at X. Spy zoomed on the daily chart. Gap down. We already hit all-time high. Interesting. I'll have to go look at that. Does GTI does a big turnaround? We make some money. It's possible. It absolutely is possible. The problem is right now we can't trade it. But that also means that they can't sell it to us if they need to cover. So it is interesting. It's one of the reasons I think the stock's been doing so many weird things lately because so few people can trade it. I don't think they'd be able to cover because 55,000 traded today. We believe there's like 300 to 500 million naked shorted stocks in that. So, that's going to take them a long time to cover if they're doing it 50,000 a day. And who's going to be buying it when it gets those upper levels if it's not retail trying to chase a squeeze, and shorts we're not selling. None of us can sell our shares, and we obviously own the float probably twice over, at least close to that. So I don't know. It's very interesting watching it do all this without us being involved, though. Co-founder of Fandango jumped off. That's crazy. Tim Harmon, a lot of people don't have the ability to buy expert markets. They're watching GTI at the bottom. The volume wasn't highly suspect. I agree with you, Tim. Yeah. And I can't buy expert market. I don't know if anybody on here can. Yeah. What's up, Robert? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Robert from the other Robert from Northern Ontario. Vince, give you 4 games, Bears versus Niners. What do you mean 4 games? Do you mean just give you 4? Is the spread? I don't know if we could buy or sell, M. Good question. I think I had a friend try to sell today, and they couldn't do it. I couldn't sell on Fidelity, but some people might be able to. Wild 7 to 10 days, XRP 58 to 62 cents. Yep. Technology. What's up? You have a couple accounts. One of them's financial consultant. Ask him to buy more GTI, and he couldn't buy either. So there you go. It's hedge funds, people with ISDAs. I don't think many people could trade the expert markets at all. It's just completely fraudulent. All these other stocks, it just mostly today just got crushed with the red, all dragged down by the blood market. GTII is the only one that was unaffected, and of course they're not even trading on these markets right now. Finger though, held up today despite all the blood. That's pretty nuts actually. Look at ZJYL down 7, GDC 6, DJT down 7, GameStop down 6%, AMC down almost 8%, Wolf down almost 8%. Everything got crushed today, and yet Finger just held on. So that's good. It means nobody's selling Finger. Even the shorts didn't take advantage today. Look how low the volume was, though, under 100,000. So, it tells me that the shorts are probably trying to cover their ass and all their other stocks elsewhere and just left Finger alone. And so Finger just stays. It's crazy. What a day. What a day. Just Mike late again. Raiden, dang, if GTI runs, you can't buy or sell. I know. Your average price is 11 cents? Holy smokes. You got one of the lowest, I think, of anybody I've seen. Vince, 49ers win 15, Bears 10. You win. Bears +4. The 49ers aren't winning 15 games. We'll probably win 12, 13. Can the Bears go 8-9 their first year of Caleb Williams? What do you want to bet on that, Vince? Want to put $10 on it? I'll put $10 on that bet. Donna, Fidelity changed the blurb today from expert market to they aren't trading. Really? Well, it's on something because we can watch the watch the price here. So I don't know. All right, but that's the markets today. I mean, I did want to share a couple things. What like the charts are showing. We got where is it here? Finance a Lot is one of my favorites. He says a lot of people saying the market's crashing because we've had a 2-week correction. He says this is not what a market crash looks like, not even close. And so again, I've been skeptical myself because this seems a little bit controlled, but it also seems like maybe people are passing money back and forth and figuring out new positions, thinking that Kamala, with the chance she might become president. Now, remember today, with Biden's speech tonight, there was a lot of speculation that he was going to step down as president and Kamala would be president. And that is another reason why the markets might have been freaking out. They might have been preparing for Kamala day one. Because, she's the most leftist there is. There was a poll back in 2019 when she was a senator that listed her as the most liberal senator in all of Congress. Now, that's saying a lot. So Kamala Harris is a far, far leftist. Commie, basically. She's nuts. And so the markets are scared of her. They are scared of her. And so if they thought that Biden was going to step down tonight, not just as a nominee, but also as president, and she was going to take over, that definitely could have been spooking the market. So, the market acts. They try to get ahead of stuff. But based on the futures, tomorrow will probably be greenish. Now, if this trend continues and we keep seeing -1%, -2% days over and over again for a couple more days, and then the Fed gets pushed into a corner, they decide to cut rates next week, that's when we could really be off to the races. So it's time. It's definitely time to start, paying closer attention. They're not going to give us the whole. They're not going to give us the whole summer to rest. Unfortunately, bastards. They just can't give us. They can't give us anything, can they? Here's Biden tonight. I don't know if you guys watched him, but he looked off, and he looked puffy, and he looked like AI. I don't know if you guys have seen AI videos before, the avatar videos. Now, I'm not saying it was, but they had him reading off a screen that was up. Usually they have a see-through screen with the teleprompter right in front of it. So it looks like you're looking into the camera. That's how they're supposed to do it. And yet he was like this the whole time, just staring off into space. Very strange. Very strange night. I don't know if you guys watch it. You didn't miss much. It was like, half a bag of lies and the rest was just generic nonsense. But he did say he's staying on as president. So we got 6 more weeks of this, or 6 more months of this. But honestly, in me, I think that's a good thing. And the reason is Kamala as president, the odds are she'd probably screw things up and look worse, which probably why they didn't put her there. But there's also the chance that maybe she does a couple things to get people excited, lies in a couple ways, pays off or gets something passed to like give everybody a stimulus check, something like that. And all of a sudden she goes up 3 to 4 points in the polls and gets it within range of being able to steal another election. So, it's just a risk that I'm glad we don't have to look at. But pretty crazy. And so, but yeah, somebody said, see, Buttigieg might be, yeah, I'm starting to hear that Shapiro is the leading contender. So Shapiro is Pennsylvania's governor, which means they will definitely have a better chance of winning Pennsylvania. He's popular, even though he's a Dem. He's run as a moderate Dem, but he would be he would be very interesting because he's Jewish. And as we know, in Michigan, Minnesota, there's huge populations of Muslims and Somalis, especially in Minnesota. And they're very upset at Jews right now because of what's going on in the Middle East, and not to mention most of the Democratic Party. And So that's going to be very interesting if she picks him. I personally think that would be an all-in play for Pennsylvania. But Buttigieg doesn't get you anything. But we'll see. It's going to be really interesting. It could still be a surprise. So, just Mike, did I happen to read your email regarding Twitter? I did, man. I'm sorry you're blocked. I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy. Victor, sup? If you had go learn about XRP now, just learn what it is and what it'll be used for and people behind it. I do know what it is and what it'll be used for, Victor. I don't know who's behind it. But no, I know. Listen, I've been wanting to get an XRP. I've just had no extra cash for it. So, good night, honey. Have a good night. Okay, thank you. You thought my pre-show concentration effect was a new and improved thing? Yeah, no thanks. Whoever stole your copy of Microsoft Office, find you in my... Oh, God. Big JR with the jokes. You're like Richard in here. Looks like he fell and they darkened his makeup. Look at the chin. Isn't that weird? E-Turd lets GTII sell, but only limit order, good for day. Interesting. That's interesting, Tim. So they say, by placing this order, you attest you're not an affiliate, insider, control person of the issuer. Interesting. Oh, Kathy's back as a member. Welcome back, Kathy. Ficus. But now she'll be trying to look like a leader playing second fiddle to a guy can't talk. Yeah, I know, she's stuck. So we're stuck with Punxsutawney Joe. 6 more weeks, 6 more months. Yes, we still have him. Please explain to me how she could possibly win an election against Trump at this point. There would be mass bedlam. Well, that's the thing. They don't want... Okay, so they know that Biden was so gone. First of all, they knew he wasn't going to beat Trump straight up or by cheating. But they also knew he's so far gone that if they stepped up the cheating or if he somehow won, nobody would accept it. Because there's just no way you'd believe that this guy who just like this at the debate, like that guy is going to win the presidency. There's no way. And so it would create, momentum. They're scared of the people. They are. But Kamala, if she can get it a little closer and they can pull off a steal, then what they can say is, hey, you did it, and they can push it out the media and like, oh, it's amazing, we got a black woman in, it's the first woman president, and they believe that if they tout all that, they can convince the people to stand down and accept the results. And so it's a gamble on their part, but she is a terrible candidate. But I mean, look what they were replacing. Now, the question is too is like, whose idea was this? Because I gotta, let's see, did I have it ready for you guys? See, these are the things that I didn't finish because I noticed I was online. I didn't go over all my stuff. Oh yeah, here it is. I did have it ready. So this is going all around right now. So this is one place reporting it, but it's been in several areas. But that Obama is furious that Biden endorsed Kamala. And all these people are endorsing Kamala and lifting her up. And the reason is he knows she's a terrible candidate. He knows, like, this is not who we have our best chance with. And that's why Obama's the one big Democrat so far that has not endorsed. Everybody else has. The delegates have come behind her. Pelosi, Schumer, you name it. AOC. They've all come behind her and endorsed her. Newsom's endorsed her. Whitmer's endorsed her. It's like they've all fallen in line except for Obama. And now it's coming out that he's furious about it because she's a terrible candidate. And he knows it. And he is used to being the great schemer. Ever since 2008, he's run the Democratic Party. What he says goes. That's 16 years he's been in charge. And now he's losing it. I mean, I think it was Barris who said something on this. He said it really well. Let's see. I thought he said it, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just reported it too, I guess. He's not endorsing Kamala because he thinks she can't beat Donald Trump, largely according to his textbook leak campaigns, because he thinks she's too stupid to lead on the national stage. So, I mean, and this makes sense, right? Remember Obama said, trust the process, and that's what we're going to do. And there was some talk about like, oh, he's just playing it up high and mighty so he can endorse whoever wins. But now, like, she's got this. She's in. And he's still not endorsed her. That's pretty crazy that he's the one holdout. I thought for sure once Pelosi endorsed, he would be right there. But it still hasn't happened. So this is pretty crazy. And then we got Trump, who's just literally 20 minutes down the street from me tonight. And I'm ticked. I found out tonight that he was in Charlotte. I would have gone. And I would have live streamed from the Trump rally. But I didn't know he was here until it was too late. But he's there tonight, and he says this. Oh, it's not playing sound. Sorry, guys.
Candidate. Now, if we start beating her in the polls by 10 or 15 points, are they going to bring in a third candidate? It's like, Trump is killing this guy. All right, out. Let's bring in a new one. Out. And then maybe at some point they get one right. But
Now, that sounded more like a joke to me, like not like he's predicting it, but he's right. It's like that's what they're doing. They're so scared of losing to him that they're just nonstop going to just do whatever it takes. And Obama knows that. For everything I don't like about Obama, and there's a lot, and you guys have watched that, know that, but the dude is smart. He's smart. He knows how to campaign. He knows how to win elections, all that. He knows exactly what to say, how to say it. The dude is smart and he's charismatic. And the fact that he didn't get to play kingmaker here is pissing him off. So who can give tax cuts while the ignoramus clap for him? What, Vaughn? Oh, the establishment needs someone like Trump. What? You think they need someone like Trump? Nah. Butters, anyone who saw Joe at the debate knows he's dead. It's just he's breathing. John, if you noticed in Biden's speech, light outside, it would have been dark in D.C. at 8. That's true. Well, not fully dark. It's summertime, so I know I live on the East Coast. Anthony, hopefully Trump puts Patrick Burns to clean up the markets. Hope he doesn't pick criminal Jamie Dimon's treasury. So corrupt, what's tied in with Epstein. Yeah, so did you guys see? Trump said that was fake news about Jamie Dimon. Let's see, so I don't know who said it or where it came from. Perhaps the radical left, but I never discussed or thought of Dimon or Larry Fink for Secretary of the Treasury. So there we go. He put an end to that pretty quick. A lot of people come on. She is Indian. I know, but that's not what they're telling everybody. Don says, trusting God to bring our country through the craziness in our stocks. Amen. Same here. What do we call a bundle of hay in a church Christian bell? Oh, my God. JR, are you just downloading these or are you talking to Richard? Obama's trying to convince Michelle run. Well, the report is that he was trying to do that as far back as last year, and she was refusing. And it was very frustrating for him. And it was one of Biden's aides who actually said that to James O'Keefe. So, yeah, that's been out there a long time, and I've been telling you guys a long time she's not going to run. But if anybody they're going to try to throw back in there, it's going to probably be Hillary. So, Gretchen, yeah, at least I didn't pick my notes. I know, right? The first debate with Harrod's going to be crazy. Fox News is trying to invite them to a debate in September. Biden said crime rates at a 50-year low. I know. That rate that you're talking about, there is an official report out right now nationwide that says that crime's down. But here's the thing. When you look into the numbers and you dig a little deeper, it's like 32 to 40% of police districts didn't report. So they're leaving off almost 40% of the reporting for crime. And that's how they're getting those numbers. It's pretty crazy. Biden's act of defiance gets Obama, push him out. I know. Listen, so there's this great Bible verse I love, and my Bible's way over there. I'm going to pull this up real quick. It is, I believe it's Psalm. It's either Psalm 1 or Psalm 2. Hold on. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I wanted to share it because, let's see. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Okay. I wanted to back up a little bit. This is one of the reasons, verses 12 and 13. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. And that's one of the things I was thinking about the other day. It's like the laughing at the plans of the enemy, because that's just how I, kind of live my life, even though it's scary sometimes, even though it's like seems overwhelming, seems like we'll lose everything. I think of this verse a lot. And it's that, the schemes of the wicked, we can just laugh at them, because ultimately they will fail, and they will fail for many reasons. Good people rising up, their own fighting against each other. And I think that's what's happening right now, is they are crushing themselves. There's a civil war in the Democratic Party. There's infighting amongst them. And I think they're going to destroy themselves. I do. And there's a lot of reasons we could go down all these things and be very scared or black-pilled about this coming election. But I have so much faith, and I feel like I look at Trump's confidence, and he's so confident. In fact, he says something else here I wanted to share. I have a couple of clips of his stuff that are just really, really fun and good. But did I not do this? Oh, yeah, here it is. So he said this tonight too, and it got me fired up.
For 3.5 years, Lion Kamala Harris has been the ultra-liberal driving force behind every single Biden catastrophe. She is a radical left lunatic who will destroy our country. If she ever gets the chance to get into office, we're not going to let that happen.
I'm not going to let that happen, he says. I love that. I mean, and I believe it. I believe it. And if you guys remember back in 2020, there were several times when Trump's warned everybody they're going to rig this election. He said it again and again and again. And he just said, they're trying to steal it. We got to do this. And he kept saying that over and over again. He hasn't said that once, as far as I know, this campaign. Not once. And instead, he's saying, we got this, everything. And I think there's a reason he feels confident about this, because of the infrastructure they put in place, but also because he knows they're destroying themselves. And it's more and more evident all the time. We had that thing the other day with Clinton and the Obamas against each other, and now Joe is defiant. I really do believe, honestly believe, they were trying to get Joe not to just step down as a candidate, but as president. I really do. Because they have more to gain that way. They get Kamala in, they get a couple months to build her up as president. There's all the fanfare, all the media attention about the first black woman president, and second black president. All that, that's what they're going to say. They're going to pump it up. They're going to give her at least one big accomplishment. And they were just going to push it. And trying to win people over that way. And, Kamala's pretty awful, but maybe for 3 months, they could have hid that, and they could have just pushed it. Plus, as president, she could have been passing executive orders. She would have been in a much better position to shore up everything for a win. But Biden is just like, no, and it's probably Jill, but Biden's probably, when he is cognitive, whenever he gets that 5 minutes a day, he's probably pretty stubborn too. Like, they are not going to do this to us. They're not going to push our family out, and they all just fight amongst each other. And that's great for us. That's absolutely great for us. And with her still as a candidate too, it's like, we're not going to say she was terrible as president and people couldn't stand her within a month. Well, they still have the convention in a month and they could have tried to push her out. But now she's just going to be a candidate for the next month, and it's going to be off to the side a little more, a little less attention than if she was president. And it just works out so much better for us. And we also know that if Obama's pissed off, there's a bunch of other Democrats in powerful places pissed off too. So this is good. It's a great thing for us, guys. It really is. And, I get people all the time who are like, they know what they're doing. They have this all planned. And I'm like, do they? I think they have ideas of what they wanted to do. And I think they had some things they were going to try to work out and push forward. And they thought they could do this and that. But as they're getting closer, these people are arrogant when they're in charge. And then they got to the point where like Joe had gone on a little too long, and now they're in fear and they're panicking and they're like, oh my God, Kamala, we'll get her up there. And they're just making decisions that honestly, from the outside looking in as a political person, you're like, really? Kamala Harris? You guys can't do better? I mean, they had other people, but I think other people saw what Trump's doing. They didn't want to risk it, losing. They wanted to save their future. And so, to me, more and more, I mean, there's definitely a deep state going on here. There's crazy stuff. I mean, look at what happened tonight with the protesters. These people are getting bussed in. And it gets ugly when they come in. This is very similar to BLM. I mean, look, they're wearing masks. And, so this is going to keep going. It's going to get more and more worked up. It's going to get crazier until the election. They're going to try to scare us. They're going to try to put us on edge. And ultimately, I think, though, they're still going to destroy themselves. I think they're making mistakes along the way. And the more and more mistakes they make, the less popular they get, the more we come in to be in control. So I don't know what it's going to look like. Are they going to postpone the election? Who knows? But I feel just so confident we're going to win this. And then things are going to get really, really interesting after that. So, Damn It asked me, do we have any thoughts on the new BlackRock Citadel exchange in Texas? I have not heard anything else from there since it was first announced. So there's no follow-up there. What's up, Avalon? What's up, Cindy Lou? Donna, you were shocked when you heard he was considering Diamond Glass. Not true. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Psalm 94. Yeah, Pollyanna 91. I know, I could have gone to the rally. I didn't go. I didn't find out about it till too late. So I'm super bummed. It's literally 20 minutes away. Sucks. Oh, well. I think I was so distracted by my daughter's surgery yesterday that I just didn't pay attention to what could have been going on today. Thanksgiving Queen. Randy, Joe Biden's waiting on his exit package to leave. Their leverage as the presidency, need money to go. Maybe, or they just don't want to go out like that, and they don't want that to be their legacy. I mean, they got plenty of money. So Kamala reminds you of Meghan Markle. She just Markle just endorsed her. So there you go. You're fired, Kamala. Hero Large, never interfere with an enemy while they're destroying themselves. That's right, Sun Tzu. Dems will really be in panic mode when she falls flat on her face in September at first debate. Yeah. That's the thing, too. She's a terrible debater. Now, I don't want to get overconfident because sometimes Trump can come on strong, and it's just like the media will put it in a certain way. So if she even holds her own a little bit, they'll go, gonzo on her. She's a prosecutor, so she's used to being in courtrooms. I don't know. I mean, her debates have never been impressive before, that's for sure. But all they need is one decent one where she just shows up and is cognitive and clear-spoken and makes a couple good points and lies, and they let her get away with it, and that's it. And they get through it, and all of a sudden they could say, that was the greatest debate performance we've ever seen. And 50% of our country will believe it. 50 to, so that's just how it works. It sucks, but that's how it works. We still need to vote. 100%, Alan. Anybody who doesn't vote, you might as well just not follow my channel. I'm serious. We have to show up and vote. It is so important. Soul Joe with the donation. Thank you, Soul Joe. I appreciate that, man. How isn't the CAT system blowing the lid off this whole situation yet? Well, because of who's in charge of it. Gary Gensler's a crook. The SEC is run by crooks. Not that everybody there is a crook, but it's run by him. Gensler was Clinton's campaign manager. He is Wall Street corrupt to the core, and that's the SEC chair, appointed by Biden. He's awful. And the CAT system, they're probably getting all sorts of information from it, and they're not going to use it for our good. That's what I think about the CAT system right now. I don't think it's public information, and if it's supposed to be, I haven't seen anything from it. So that's what's going on there, Soul Joe. But I appreciate the donation, and yeah, man, it's super frustrating. But Gensler has already said, though, he's resigning at the end of this presidency. So as soon as Biden is gone, January 20th, he is stepping down, which means Trump will immediately get to appoint someone new. And God, please let it be Patrick Byrne. Brett says, Kamala equals political burden. So true. Smith says, I think we're in the moment. That moment will create an important moment in our life, which will make that moment something. You playing games, Smith? or are you serious and you're just being funny with the moment word? I mean, I would agree with you. Just the way you said it is funny. Randy, have I read Thomas Sowell's book titled Conflict of Visions? No, I haven't. Should I pick that one up? Brett, CAT system's like owning a Ferrari race car with Beavis and Butthead. No, it's worse than Beavis and Butthead. It's like Dr. Evil driving, because he's evil and got evil plans, but he's still a moron. That's what I would say. Mike, any thoughts on Leviticus 8:23 to 24? I mean, that's Old Testament. So are you talking about the right ear thing? Let me look that up. 8:23. Yeah, okay, so somebody brought this up to me the other day. It's interesting, but I don't think there's, so, I mean, listen, I come from a church culture that if you want to, you can kind of find symbolism in anything. And that's fine. The thing here is like the lobe, so I would say like you could also easily say that this is placed on the ear. It's from a ram. It's somebody anointing somebody else versus getting part of your ear blown off and blood spilling over it. So, I don't think it has to do anything with like anointing, anything like that. I just, but if, hey, this is what I'll say about like in my experience, how God speaks to us. God speaks to everybody differently. And if somebody saw this and that spoke to them and this got brought up with the whole Trump stuff, then maybe God's speaking something to them about that. And maybe it is a broader message. I can't say 100%. To me, I'm always a little wary about this. But at the same time, I'll say that I do believe that like there is a spiritual component in this. I think we're in a spiritual war first and foremost. I think Tucker Carlson really sums this up well. And I do think that Trump is divinely protected. I think the court cases and the assassination attempt and all that has proven that you just can't take the man down. And so I do believe that's divine. I do. And so, I think that, I do think there's something to the fact that Trump is the one that God is using to get America back on track. I see him kind of like a David. David was not a super moral man. I mean, he had a heart that God saw as good and like his, and made all. I just actually taught on David on my Patreon last week. But David murdered a person, a friend of his. He slept, like he raped his wife. He had multiple wives. He was a bad father. Like David wasn't perfect, but what God used David to do was establish Israel, like reestablish it from after like the disastrous reign of Saul and the horrific reigns of the last few judges. God used David to basically chase off the Philistines and reestablish Israel. And then he used Solomon to build Israel up to its greatest point ever, the golden age. So, you know, I could see that like Trump is in some ways acting like that. And we'll see. We'll see if he fulfills it. If it's not, and I'm wrong, then he won't pull it off. That's as simple as it is. Or he'll betray us, which after this long, I don't see that one happening. But if he gets in there and he cleans house this time and really sets up a foundation for America to get back on track, then you know, I'll be proven right. So, but as far as like this, I think that just depends on kind of like however God was speaking to whoever first saw that, or you, if it was you. So that's kind of how I see that. All right. But anyways, let's see. Ham said it was for sure Patrick Byrne. So, well, actually, NSA, it was Patrick Byrne said it. He said Trump told him that. And that was on a space call that Patrick Byrne joined last May. So a year ago in May, June, somewhere in that range. It was last summer. But Patrick Byrne joined all of us on a space call last year. And he talked about coming up and talking to Trump about the markets. And Patrick Byrne said that Trump told him that if he got back in, he was going to appoint him to SEC chair. So that comes from Patrick Byrne, not from Ham. Just so you know. Victor, stepping down or fleeing to another country for being such a douche to retail out Gary. Yeah. Alan, a lot of news of crook in D.C. by FBI, Secret Service building, meeting, very you talk about Matthew Crook, the guy who shot Trump? Yeah, there was all kinds of crazy stuff still coming out. I'm following that, and I'll report if anything comes out. Roger, what's most important? What can be a bird? Wicked, I'm probably shadow banned on X. See alerts of posting, but the posts don't appear. Are you serious? Wicked, does it show something weird if you go to my page? Twitter labeled me a bot the other day. I had to prove I wasn't. Roger, Peter cut off Malchus' right ear. You're right. He cut off Malchus' right ear, and then Jesus grew it back. Smith. Queever, Kamala's a burn, can be undone. Trump. You guys are funny. Jump for the big toe. Brett, Aaron slaughtered the retail and took some of the money and put in the hedge funds. That's true. Trump needs divine protection when he's up again. I completely agree with that, yeah. Don, I love the way Trump looked like he was praying when he hit the ground. I know, it's wild, isn't it? It's just, like, there's so much crazy stuff going on, and I just tell you, it's hard for me not to see things in a spiritual way. That's how I am geared. All right. That's how I'm wired. I just see things in that way. And, you know, a lot of times it proves to be right. In fact, in my opinion, my experience more often than not. But then sometimes it's like, yeah, maybe we're pushing a little bit here. Maybe we're looking too far. But the Trump thing, especially after the last, year since that lawfare stuff started, it's just, I'm more convinced of it than ever. And then we keep getting symbolism, the craziness, like the shot, and then the fight gesture afterwards. That was so iconic. The praying on the ground, the way he seems to like have been seriously affected by it. It's just, a lot of it is crazy. And a lot of prophetic voices who were crapped on for 2020 have been calling it very accurately for this year. So we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of hope. Good money-making opportunities coming up buy and low. Yeah, Jim, you're absolutely right. I mean, especially the market continues down. But one thing's interesting is NVIDIA is doing exactly what I said it'd do, which is it's ever since that forward split, it did go up a little bit, but then it went down below and it popped back up a little bit, not very high over where it split. And now it's down like 8-10% from that high. They're doing the rug pull on retail, just like I thought they would. We'll see if it goes, how much worse it gets. Our American flag looked like an angel at the rally. I know. I saw that. That was crazy. Smith, we need strength, period. Dems offer 0 in this department. You're not joking. Speaking of, that makes me, I found this and I just had to share it. Speaking of strength and this is our presidential candidate on the left.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring. So we
have an alliance with them? I didn't know that. Also, how drunk does she sound right here?
So the United States shares a very important relationship.
Okay, anyways, it's awful. But you're right, Smith. We need strength. We need hope. We need to fight. And, you know, one of the things that I've learned over the years is there was a time in my life, you know, and just so anybody newer here knows this, I was a pastor for 10 years and in the church for even longer than that. My dad was a pastor. And so I love the church. I love Jesus. I love the Christian faith, all of that. But there's one thing that I've come to really learn about the church and the way it is in America. And that's that it really neuters men. Not every church, maybe your church doesn't, but I'm talking about the church as a whole, the 90%, the 80% of American churches. And it's trying to, like, that masculinity, it's which is the fight, really takes them out of it, or it spiritualizes it in different ways. And there's not just like an invitation for the fight. And I'm sorry, but we're in a time right now where we need that fight. We need people to stand up, show strength, call out the BS, call out what's right and wrong, call it like it is, stop being offended, stop being afraid of what you're going to be called or what people are going to think of you, and, you know, just go for it. You know, I had somebody today call me a hypocrite because they've never heard like a preacher say these things. And I'm just like, I don't give a flip, you know, like I'm a Christian, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm going to cuss if a cuss word is necessary. I'm going to call it like it is because I can't afford to lose here. I can't afford to lose for myself, but especially not for my children. And I want to deliver them a country better than the one I got, better than the one I inherited because of weaker generations ahead of me. And it's just how it is. And so we have to fight to win this. And I am confident, and you guys know that about me. And in fact, a lot of you guys think I'm too confident, and that's fine. But I'm confident because I believe in the American people, and I believe I've seen the strength rising up again. And it's not just men, it's women too. I've seen that strength. I've seen you guys on Twitter calling stuff out, sharing information, not backing down anymore. And we're not playing games anymore. This is the future of our country. This election is the most important election ever. And so when Trump says fight, 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 that is exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to show up for this. That's why I come on my channel so much. You know, I do 5-6 lives a week, sometimes 7. And I'm on here every night because it's a fight. I'm tired sometimes, guys. Sometimes I just want to curl up on the couch and watch Netflix with my kids and, go out on a longer date with my wife. But right now, this is the most important thing. You know, I take care of them. We're happy, but I'm tired. But I'm not going to stop. This has to win. We have to win. We have to win in this political fight, and then we have to win in our markets because people deserve to be able to make a living and to be able to invest and make good money for themselves and their families in a fair system. And it shouldn't be that you're screwed over by shorts or companies. That's your money. It should be that if you bet right on a good company, you are rewarded for it. And that's a fight that I'm not backing down from. And so I'm going to keep showing up, and I'm going to keep sharing research, and I'm going to keep sharing insights, and I'm going to keep sharing strategies until we win. And then after we win, it doesn't stop. I might be able to slow down a little bit, but it doesn't stop. We got to keep going. And, you know, I like lately, because of disappointments, people are accusing me of like, you know, taking money and running. How am I effing running? I'm here every night, guys. I'm here every night. I answer your questions. I engage with you guys. I keep sharing information. I tell you where we're at. How am I running? And like, that is the craziest thing to me. And so people are angry, but that's loser mentality. It's buckle up and start figuring out to win. We take hits, we bounce back, we regather, we re-strategize, and we go again. And that's how you win. And you guys are all winners. You guys keep showing up every night. None of you guys are in the chat bitching tonight. That means you guys are winners. You guys are strategizing. You're sharing information with me. We're going back and forth. That's winning. That's how we get iron sharpens iron. You guys make me better, and hopefully I offer some to you guys. And that's why you're here. But that's what we got to do. We have to show our strength. We have to fight. And then we're going to win. And I believe it because I see so many people not afraid anymore. They're more afraid of losing than they are of being disliked. And that is important. That's an important place to be. So, let's see. Donna, we got to return a lot of federal government control back to the states. There you go. Yeah, she's volumed up. Media, it's sad watching everyone lose their shit. I get my wife wants me to leave over the stock counterfeiters have done in retirement, but you're here. You're not forking leaving till we're done with these pricks. I love it. That's beautiful, man. That's how we got to fight. Yeah, I've heard the governor of North Carolina, governor of Pennsylvania, her VP picks there's a lot of choices, but... And Jim, I agree with you. We won't have a country left she wins. We won't. It won't be America anyways. It won't be. So, I just made that same speech of your lady of the Martinized. I like that. PC3 says, true church is manly. It's in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be strong. Act like I love it. Yep. Honey Badger, GTI get a receiver appointed. Volume has been very low and expert. That is August 7th, Honey Badger. Coming August 7th, so should be interesting. Jim, you're glad you found us? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks. Rich Men North of Richmond. That's a great song. It was awesome. Smith, you're bitching? I haven't seen you bitching, but you can if you want. We'll see. We'll see how far it goes. Smash the like button. Thank you, Hero. We at 100. I got 170 watching. Let's see where we can get the likes to. We are right at 100. Let's see if we can hit 150. I appreciate it, guys. If you don't mind, hit that like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. Let's get out on Twitter as well. And yeah, let's end strong there. But guys, if we don't quit, we're gonna win. I believe it's a righteous cause to fight for your country, to fight for freedom. And that's how America got here, and that's why we're going to endure. And we're going to win this. And it's because of good people like you guys. So, listen, I'll be back on tomorrow night. I'm going to call tonight over because, like I said, I'm tired and I got work tomorrow. I'm going to the lake with my family this weekend. So Friday and Saturday I won't be on, but I will be on later Sunday, and we'll catch up. And Patreon people, I owe you guys a class. It's coming probably tomorrow. And then as far as this weekend's class, I'll do that Sunday or Monday. So we're getting there. Good things are coming. But anyways, love you guys. And let me close out in a prayer. And we'll take off for tonight. And I'll see you tomorrow. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Bless these amazing people, Lord. Thank you for this awesome community. And God, we just pray for guidance and strength to fight. Fight the right way. And how we'll win. So help us win the fight in the politics and in the markets, and get our country back. Get our country back to as free as possible, so every man and woman has a chance to make the most out of their lives, pursuing what makes them come to life and get the life they want for their family. And we just pray this in Jesus' name. Bless everybody here. Amen. All right. Bless you guys. Have a great, great night, and I will see you all soon.